smokes, but not a whole lot to play with.
Yeah, so round 18 underway. Cloud9 with a huge advantage here, as Virtus.Pro is just going to be doing everything they can into this round. Complete buyout coming from them. They did get that bomb plant, so they are going to have the money to make this force buy. But look at how much damage is already out on them. Sean Garrett still with the P90 in his hands, just looking to find out if he can get anybody. He's actually going to rotate into that corner. Great positioning here, as those smokes are going to fade away. They know where he initially got the frag. He's going to be looking for him back towards pit, but he does rotate back in that direction. And now Virtus.Pro is trying to slow this thing down. Sean Garrett goes to a safer position here inside this B-bomb site. And let's see if Virtus.Pro continues to push in. They've already lost one. Pasha down very low. There goes Taz. Nothing's able to hit that shot. Flashbang will go out to try and prevent them from rushing. They were about to rush right in there. That was such a well-placed flashbang. Do they continue to force here, Henry?
I think they have to. The time running down, the players are all low. There's not many options available to them. Nothing just taking them down, though. And it's going to be one player left in the form of Neo with a scout. I don't really fancy his chances in this one. Oh, as he said that, though, he does take down nothing. A fantastic headshot. Takes down Sean as well. Is there going to be anything else available for him? This is just a case of Cloud9 overpacing a little bit. But it's a pretty clean round for him in the end. The good thing about Cloud9 is, when they win the pistols on CT and they can get the momentum on their side, the CT side actually look a lot stronger. It's when they make the mistakes of losing the pistol and then force buying, that's when it falls apart for them. So this couldn't have got any better for them. Getting the pistol on their side, and it seems like they've actually managed the economy very well, and now they've got VP up against the ropes. 14-4, another force buy for VP. This one is looking like it may be over.
Yeah, this is going to be rough here. Virtus.Pro trying to put everything they have into this round again. And I mean, man, this is not sustainable for them, but they're going full tilt in it. They have that one map in their favor, so they can go to map 3 and be comfortable with it, but they would much rather win here. So they're trying to force the issue. We know Virtus.Pro will force like this and try and make it happen, but Cloud9 playing very well now on map number 2, especially after what happened on map number 1. I thought they were going to come into this a little bit on tilt here, but they brought it back.
Right back, man. They're so ready. They want to prove they can keep up with these guys. And Sean Doyle actually opening up the fragging there, taking down Pasha. Snacks is actually on 4 HP as well. All 4 terrorists in the mid-area. Neo opening up the fragging of the Shroud now, actually balances it out. We have 1 minute remaining, and the options are open for VP now. Skadoodle takes down Neo, and now the advantage goes in favor of Cloud9.
Yeah, that nade almost came in, but Taz is right there, able to pick up nothing from the sunroom. He's able to get himself a rifle. That's going to make it a 3-on-3. Flashbang from Skadoodle will come out, prevent the players initially from Virtus.Pro to get inside. He actually misses his shots, so now Taz can try and line this up. They can turn this round around. Let's see if they can do it, though, but here comes the rush in. They're going to get all over this. Snacks goes down, Bialy goes down, Taz 1v2. Now he's into a 1 versus 1. He's got the grenade. Freakazoid's low on HP. He's going to throw it, or no, Freakazoid's not low on HP. Now he's only down by 2. 1 versus 1 definitely favoring Ryan here, and Ryan's going to get the defuse. Not allow Taz to get in there until the end. Takes him down. Cloud9 is up 15-4.
Disappointing stuff for Taz getting a 4K there. It was kind of exciting towards the end. I don't think Freakazoid had a kit when he first started defusing. Had to step off. Wasn't sure whether to go for the full defuse. Very well that he did. Taz wasn't sure whether to go for the full peak. Had a very difficult position playing in the checkers area there. But match point for Cloud9 now. We can see VP have actually got a force buy after losing so many rounds in a row. I think that's 4 rounds going in the favor of Cloud9. So they have got cash here. Neo's got the AWP, but so has Skadoodle. And we've seen him be great so far. And he's actually playing his traditional ace.
Oh, Freakazoid. Actually frags his own teammate there, takes down Shroud, I believe that was, and nothing. He's able to get a frag of his own before he gets removed. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 here in favor of Virtus.Pro, as they're trying to steal this away. They want to stay in this. I mean, Cloud9 at this point is on map point. Oh, look at Pasha, though. Pasha's going to be in a great position here. Does he grab the frag on the Sean Garrett? But Skadoodle's right there. Can Skadoodle hero this? No, Skadoodle's not going to see it initially, and Pasha will be able to take down Sean Garrett, so it will be a Skadoodle 1 versus 2 clutch situation. Not going to go for it, just going to save his op. And it looks like he's going to run away. Yeah, he's out of there to save the op. That'll make the score 15-5. Virtus.Pro is still in this, but it's still going to be a really hard comeback for them.
Yeah, I think this is a very wise decision from Skadoodle. There are so many rounds in the bag. We don't want to see a repeat of the other day when they actually forced up so many times, went for every single round. Keep the economy strong, keep Skadoodle with his AWP, and they can just close this one out. Like, there's enough time to play with. You don't have to force every single clutch situation.
Yeah.
Great run from VP, though. 10 rounds to go. I'm not convinced they can do it. It's going to be a difficult buy for them as well. The economy isn't great for them. You can see the AKs coming out, but they're going to have to be drops. This round, obviously, very important. They can't drop a single one. What are Cloud9 going to do? How are they going to approach this one? They have got the AWP to play with. They're going to have to chuck him somewhere, possibly on A, and maybe push B with the other guys. That would be a viable option. but let's see how this one unfolds. A round potentially Cloud9 can win with the power of Skadoodle on their side.
Yeah, if Skadoodle's able to get some good shots here, that could turn this thing around really, really fast. Get some guns into his teammates' hands. But it looks like Virtus.Pro is going to be trying to swing this one over towards the A-bomb site. That is the right choice right now. Nobody's over there in that direction. So if they can get out, and Skadoodle should be your rotator, though. He's going to come up highway. If they can catch him with their own op, they should be able to turn this into a round win for themselves. And hopefully get some momentum going. But Skadoodle right there, able to take down Pasha. That's the initial one. Now he's going to continue to look back up towards highway. They have the smokes down, so he's not going to get picked from inside the bomb site unless it's somebody from quad, as we actually have Neo able to pick off Freakazoid there, who is trying to rotate in. And here comes the rest of Cloud9 trying to rotate up the highway right now. Actually, only one man is. They're just going to sit back. They're able to recycle this off if they can. Sean Garris is right there. He almost gets spammed down by Taz, and now they're going to rotate away, go for the save, hold on to that rifle and that op that they have in their hands. I mean, nothing's out of P250 also, but that will make it 15-6 in favor of Cloud9 now.
Yeah, reasonably decent eco from them. Keep the AWP on Skadoodle. Actually picked up a rifle of their own. VP winning another round. All they need to do is keep clawing back, take this one round for round, concentrate on the road ahead. It can happen. We've seen crazier things go down. 10 rounds in a row. I wouldn't bet my life against it, but here we go. Viali actually taking down Skadoodle there. That's getting the AWP gone, and then nothing goes down as well. And that's disastrous now, and that will mean that they will have to go for another eco. Sean does save the AK-47, but again, I would suggest taking another eco here and just waiting until they get the full buy and get the economy on their side.
Yeah, nothing right there. You watched him at the end run into the sunroom, tried to get his way in there to do everything that he could to try and prevent the op from just being dropped and gone, but he just couldn't make it happen, couldn't get it in time.
VP knew they had to lock it down. They were aware he had it on his back. And here we go then. Another round. VP should win, and they can claw back into this series.
Yeah, that's going to be, who was that? Pasha able to open that thing up, remove Skadoodle from the round. So now we're going to be 5 versus 4 here. Sean Garris still up with the AK in his hands. Can he get some damage out? He's able to get some damage out. Not able to get a frag, though, so it's going to be Shroud or Freakazoid left alive. And there it goes, Shroud, so it's just Freakazoid. What can he do here? He's trying to peek on the Taz, trying to get some damage out with that 5-7. Not able to make it happen. That's a 2K for Snacks. And Virtus.Pro has 7 rounds to their name now.
This is where it gets interesting. So yesterday we saw Skadoodle going towards B with the AWP. He was able to lock down that site completely by himself. They actually had a very strong rifle setup towards A. I'd like to see them do that this time. I thought that worked very well for them. It was a good adaptation from what was going wrong from the previous day. So here we go. Let's see how Skadoodle approaches this map. He normally goes towards the A-bomb site, which he actually will do this time. He gets locked down by smokes, and he's forced to go through Molotovs and go for the no-scopes. It depends what the teams approach it. If they do the full smoke attack, that's when he finds trouble. But here we go, going into round 23 now. Neo will have the AWP as well. VP with a full set of utility, and this is it. Cloud9 on match points.
Let's see if Cloud9 can make it happen here. They're going to be back onto that full buy, as Henry G was just talking about there. Let's see. That's going to be Shroud playing the vents. Great positioning here. This grenade is going to land right on him. If Pasha ever ends up throwing it, he's just kind of delaying here. There it is. Actually, he missed the grenade, not able to get it done, and that's going to be Shroud who dropped in. So they were trying to burn Shroud out of those, out of the vents there. And let's see, Shroud still trying to fight here. He does have another teammate. That's going to be Freakazoid up close, out in mid, and they're going to spot the feet of Pasha. Pasha's not going to be able to make anything happen, but that smoke comes in. That will allow Pasha to rotate out until he decides not to and eats that grenade. Goes out to 34 HP. Cloud9 looking pretty good here. They're trying to prevent the boost from coming up, and they're preventing it very well. Bomb's actually going to fall over into mid. Freakazoid and nothing getting those shots. Now we have just Pasha and Taz and Snacks left alive here. Pasha down to 34 HP. Can he make something happen? Taz is going to be boosted up. He's going to be looking for Freakazoid. Freakazoid's low. Freakazoid will fall down right there to Snacks. And Shroud inside the vents, able to hit the first shot. Can he get the next one? And that's going to be nothing. Who comes in for the cleanup? Map 2 will go in favor of Cloud9. We are tied up in the series 1-1 here, and that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted a third map. We want some overtimes, and it's happening now.
We didn't want it to end like that. After that first map, we wanted to see Cloud9 bounce back, and that's exactly what they did. Phenomenal T-side from them. Actually, all the executions going their way. We've said in the first series they had a lack of tactical execution. They weren't really approaching the map correctly. What a difference a map makes. You get onto catch, executing, getting the bomb down, winning their clutches, getting entry frags as well. So great to see them bounce back, and I can't see the third map. Wait to see the third map. It's going to be really exciting to see how this one finishes. Yeah,
I mean, Inferno's going to be our third map here. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this. And I'm so happy that we actually had Cloud9 able to battle back. They fixed what they needed to fix on Cash. They didn't allow Cash to just get out of control in favor of Virtus.Pro, and they played really well right there to bring that back.
Winning the CT pistol as well. I mentioned this during the game. We see them struggle quite a lot when they lose a CT pistol. They find after winning such a great half on T-side, they sometimes struggle. They force buy, they get themselves in a rut. Skadoodle doesn't get the AWP, and then all of a sudden that's when things start to fall apart. This time, they closed it out really well. There was no signs of any sort of terror, nothing going wrong, so good to see them bouncing back, and I'm glad they did in such a fashion. That's going to boost their confidence going into the third.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, really, the whole rest of the team stepped up. What we were missing on map number 1 was that Freakazoid show. And finally, Freakazoid really started getting some shots. I mean, even at halftime, like, he still wasn't really blowing up the way we expected, but then once they got into the second half, started getting things going in their favor. He came up big there with a couple big entries, preventing players from getting into the A bomb site really well from forklift, and that's exactly what they needed to have going on. And I think, honestly, if they would have had Freakazoid T-side of Train, if he would have been playing, that would have been, that probably would have changed the tide of that quite a bit.
Like we said, he went 0 for 10 at one point, and that's when your entry guys not turning up until the 11th round, you're always going to struggle to win. Like we said before, he actually won in the first round, but it was too little too late at that stage. So it was good to see him arrive on cash. Good to know as well the retakes from Cloud9 as well. They're doing some great work, especially on the pistol round as well. Like you saw Sean and Nothing working really well together. Great retakes from them. So good to see the synergies coming back. The teamwork is coming in. So yeah, this is looking really exciting. I really wanted this one to go to the third map. Seeing it end like it did after the first map would have been quite a disappointing for me. It's a semi-final time. We want to see big plays. We want to see it go right down to the wire, and that's exactly what we're getting. Yeah,
that's what's awesome about this. Going to the third map, it's a sudden death scenario here. So it doesn't matter how great VP did on map number 1. It doesn't matter how great Cloud9 did on map number 2. That is all erased at this point, and it's sudden death. Who is going to be able to take home Inferno? And I think this is a great matchup. I think this map is going to be awesome and very entertaining to watch here between these two teams.
Well, we know Cloud9, like their map pool is very strong across the board, but there's 2 maps they actually struggle with. That's Mirage and Inferno. They've had time now to practice since events, since that statement was made that Inferno is pretty weak. With VP, I haven't seen him play it that much, but it's a map we know they're strong on at least. Cloud9 are yet to be seen how they can bounce back from this. It's going to be interesting. I think you have to favour VP ultimately, just because we haven't seen Cloud9 actually approach it too often, because they normally veto it and try and avoid the map. But you cast a lot of Cloud9. What do you feel about that Inferno?
It was always like, we heard Spencer talk about it, and I'm sure we're going to have him talk about it again. Even when he was on the team, they always felt like it was a really strong map for them. And they could play T-side, and then CT side would roll around, and they would just struggle. And it really looks like they started to figure that CT side out, especially recently. We've seen them play Inferno a few times. They started really picking it up. Their CT side started getting a little bit better, and it's like, all right, well, they had one half of it, now they're picking up the other half of it, and it's starting to get a lot more effective. But I mean, against a Virtus.Pro, I don't know if it's where it needs to be for them to really be like, all right, we have this map on lockdown. This thing is going to go in our favor right now, because Virtus.Pro can play it, and they can play it really, really well.
Well, CT setups have been an issue for Cloud9 this tournament. So like you said, they can play the terrorist side, but if they get to start CT, you want to get a really strong start. You want to send at least 11 rounds to the board, but it's going to be a really interesting series. And I think we're going to jump down to the analyst desk. We're going to look at that match a little bit closer. So guys, take it away.
They're getting the replays ready for us, so that doesn't delay my film. Hey, well, here we are back. Hey, all right. Hey, Scoot. They're getting the replays ready for us, Thor, just so you know.
Thanks for letting me know,
Thanks, Henry G and Mislib. So each team has won their map convincingly. No doubt about that. Now we go to Inferno. So we'll talk about Inferno after the break. Let's break down Cash a little bit. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we were talking about how Nothing really needed to step up, and he did. We saw 26 kills. You know, very impressive. Again, Skadoodle didn't really have a huge impact yet. I think he had like 19 kills, so he definitely played very solidly. But as we were talking about, like Skadoodle cannot go as hard as he usually does against a team like Virtus.Pro. They throw the smokes, they throw the flashes, the mollies again. So you know, Jordan stepped up to the occasion, and as you know, obviously the score reflects that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a game in which I think the pistol round play was very different from the first map, where it was just dominant from Virtus.Pro there. This time, where I mean, Nothing had a huge round where he helped them with the CT pistol there, which really, it stopped any kind of bleeding there. That could have been like the comeback for Virtus.Pro if they got it rolling there. Virtus.Pro in general, yeah, they had their issues in the first half. Like, they didn't look at all like the dominant team of the first map. That's the thing. Usually between maps, actually, like it resets both teams. I think if you're top teams, like you don't really carry confidence over from the other map where you felt unstoppable. Like, oh, we're always going to win. It's a new map, and then it's very much it's got its own little world within that map. So if you then start off behind like they did, and you're behind so many rounds, you're not really thinking back to the first map and how well everything was going. So you could tell, much like Cloud9, once VP were down big, they knew it was inevitable. They put up a little bit of a fight, but Cloud9 was already at map point. It was always going to be a Cloud9 map, so both teams kind of have known, like, we're going to the next map, so now we're going to make a third map. Hopefully this one's going to be the classic. So at the moment, we haven't really had a classic, just had one stomp, then another stomp. Yeah. I want the third map to be, it is Inferno, by the way, what used to be one of the most balanced maps. Hopefully this is like, both halves are like, you know, one team's going at them hard, the other team's got lots of 1v1s. I hope this is the classic map to really give us a boost, a lift in this series.
Okay, and we do have a couple replays. The first replay, I believe, is round 10, and that is that VP Ninja Defuse and the A-bomb site, if I recall.
And what was good about this was, because they saw the angle, and I think there might have been a smoke, they decided to do the full body block. So basically, the defuse could never have been stopped. So you see here, Bialy, like, is suspicious maybe the one around here, but once he notices there isn't, because they've got the smoke as well, just by staying in front of him there, it wouldn't have mattered even if the kill had gotten onto Bialy. Like, the defuse would have gone through, definitely.
Yeah, and that particular round, you know, when we were watching it, like, that could be a turnaround round. It ended up not being. They only scored 4 total rounds on that side, but that is a momentum shifter for sure.
It at least kept them in the game for a little bit longer. It gave them some more opportunities, which they couldn't capitalize on. C9 was very good. Now, one of the keys for this game here, what stopped VP being good on T side, is VP actually made the same mistake that CLG was making in the game that they played yesterday, which is repeatedly just boosting people again and again and again up in that middle area. And the adaptation that Cloud9 had made from when that hadn't been something that they were able to stop was Shroud and Freakazoid. Both were playing both close up. And then as a result, if one man came out, it wasn't just, normally if you're the man coming over the top as the terrorist from the boost, you're looking for one person to kill, and then you can move into the site. Even if they found that guy, and usually they didn't get him first, there's a second person shooting you anyway. So you essentially have a mini crossfire from quite an acute angle onto the first guy coming over. And what's weird is, much like CLG, they just kept going with that. So if one guy died, they boosted another one up. If he died, they boosted another one up. Yeah. Maybe thinking that, oh, the CTs expect the trade to come through the door. But actually, that's exactly what CLG had done. Cloud9 was prepared for this. It's what they'd adapted to within the CLG game. And so that's actually quite interesting in itself. Makes me wonder if Virtus.Pro had watched that particular demo, if they knew about it, because it seems like an obvious mistake that they were repeating.
And they might have mentally checked out by that very last round. That very last round, because the bomb carrier was up there, and he like literally handed C9 the bomb when he died, and there was no way they were going to win that final round. We have one more replay, and that, again, speaking of nothings, pistols in 2015, that 16th round, the first pistol, you know, 2 kills, but again, like you said, kept the momentum going.
VP takes the site, and actually VP's in a very good position to win this. Like, I think it's after this kill. This point now, when they get the bomb down, you're thinking, right, they've got a very good chance to win this now. And if they win it, there we go, 3v2. They've got all the positions you want. You want this guy over here, Forkloft, you want the guy around the quad. That kill pretty much is blind through the smoke there, and then nothing. He just gets the perfect angle on the guy. He's thinking that he's coming the other way. He gets rounded behind him. A little bit lucky, but took advantage of it. He manages to turn what was a 3v2 into a 2v0. Just take the round up.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, well, that kind of wraps up our discussion of this map. The final map, Inferno. Winner is going to play Mouse Sports. They're sitting waiting. We're going to talk about that map right after this commercial break.